Boys were frothing, stoke levels were high. There's nothing better than overcoming a challenge. Or even thinking of something like that's never been done, or, you know, like it's possible, and then actually going out there and doing it. That's a huge bridge to cross.
I didn't know if I would ever like do another first because it's so consequential, and I've just been through the ringer over the last 2 years. I just wanted to build an up rail and mess around and maybe do some version of a double off of it.
So Charles is probably one of the most famous park builders in the world. And the reason he's become so famous is a lot of people build a lot of different setups, but every setup that the best riders in the world tend to flock to are Charles Beckinsale's setups.
In snowboarding nowadays, the level's so high. All the new little things that go down are usually like fun, toy tricks, you know, which is sick. And I love doing that stuff, but it is definitely harder nowadays to do a first because there's so many good snowboarders under the sun, and there's been a lot of time passed where people have just maxed it out sort of on like rotations and flips, unless the jumps get like way bigger. But there's been sort of like a trend going around with up rails and doing the berserkers and all the random little like rolls out and stuff. So that sort of feature opened up a new door for some firsts.
And Mark is probably one of the best riders under pressure there's ever been. I mean, we call him the closer when we're commentating because he always comes in, high pressure situation, and he always puts it down. And we see that a lot in contests, but some people don't realize that, like, when you're filming, you need to have that attitude too, you know? You're trying something that nobody's ever done, or you're gonna get kicked out of a spot, or, you know, you're in a battle, you need to put it down under pressure, and Mark can do that inside and outside of competition.
Keeping the session rolling. There's a reason that nobody's done that
trick or any trick that's really extremely hard is because it's that difficult and it's a high-risk maneuver.
Trying the trick was definitely a bit of a battle just because the axis I wanted to come out on for a 10, or I guess it would be a 990 or something out. I was just not landing on my board on the bolts. Like I would land on my tail if I'd try to go for the 10, landing regular, which would have been easier if it came around right because I can land super deep and land easier regular, but the axis it was coming around on was 12, so I had a bunch where I would launch a little bit too far into the landing and compress or land on my back. One time I came 90 short and whacked the back of my dome. Took some slammers trying it. It was a battle for sure, but makes it that more special when you land and ride away. It is just for fun at the end of the day, but I definitely love the feeling of doing something that really fires me up and not something that I would do every day. So landing a new trick, and not just for me, but a new trick for snowboarding and opening some more doors. I haven't done that since 2012 was the last time I did a first, I think. So it's pretty crazy to do something new again and have a good crew and everybody stay safe and have fun.
Super happy to be out here. It's a great opportunity to be able to ride with like Mark and stuff, dude.
I showed the clip to one of my buddies and he thought it was an amp 2. Thought he was watching, or he thought he was actually watching Mark McMorris play his own video game, Infinite Air. But it's real life. It was really, really insane.
Did a front board double cork 1170 melancholy, boys.